All right, welcome everybody to the AO Scan Wednesday night meeting. And we're here to support each other, to help each other use the AO Scan, because with use, it works a lot better. So I just want to add just a little disclaimer that we're not medical professionals. We're not here to give medical advice, and the AO Scan is not a medical device. It's an educational tool. It can help us to see patterns, and that's what we're here to help each other do, is to use the scanner and help each other do that. So tonight I want to show basically I'm going to share my screen. Actually, let me get my AO scanner up before, because I was doing scans on people and I just don't want to pull up somebody's name that I was scanning rather than myself. So I'm just going to get it started. All right. Oh, so I was already sharing my screen. So that's all right. We got it started. So everybody sees how it got started. So this is the main screen of the AO scan. The 4 scans that are available to us, well, there's more than 4, but the 3, the easy scan does 3 of those scans with one push of the button. It does the inner voice, the vitals, and the body systems. So this is the one I do morning and night most days. And I've shown that a bunch of times, how you do that. Super easy. You go in there, you push the start scan. Before you do that, you want to make sure that your vitamins categories are chosen. So like you go in here to show all, and I can choose therapies and food if I want to. I can choose morning, evening, or unchoose them, however that is. But this is where you would get all of those scans. But I want to show how to do the scans separately. And the reason for that is, well, there's a few things. I do the easy scan. I back right out of it right after this is what it looks like when you do the scan. You have the inner voice here, and you can listen to them from here. I just don't. I choose not to, because I don't spend a lot of time in this information. I do my supplements. I imprint what is imprintable, and I take everything else. So the only thing here that's imprintable is the phosphorus. And then I need to take niacin, use a vibration plate, take selenium, take 10 drops of Liver Life. And because drops aren't in there, I always use drops as unspecified. And then this BH4, which I put that little note in there for myself to know that that one's kept in the fridge. So I know where to go get it. And then I back out of here and I go to the inner voice. And when I get here, this is what it looks like. You can't get any further. I had someone send me a video today, and they were so frustrated that this is all. You can't scroll down. But that's only because you have to push this button. So if you set up you can listen to the tones here, but you won't be able to do anything from this screen. So if you are listening to your tones and you can't look at your reports, just hit this and you have to set it up again. So even if I'm on that other page and I set up the music I want and everything, you come to here, you got to do it again. If you hadn't pushed that reports thing, you just have to do it again because it doesn't remember it. So at night, I like the Dreamscape and Dream Slip, one of those, just because they have dream in the title. I'm not even sure if they help, but it's our frequencies the music doesn't matter. It's what you like. So in the morning, I do whether I feel like I need energy and I need supercharger, I'll do one of these 2. And then the one in the middle, the neuro aerobics, if I feel I need more, my brain needs to be in line, I'll do the neuro aerobics. But like I said, whatever we choose for music isn't the thing. The thing is the frequencies. So, and the frequencies are our frequencies. They're not the same for any other person. So then we choose whether we want to listen for 3, 5, or 10 minutes. I suggest starting with 3 if you're brand new to it. Don't jump into 10 minutes. And because you can get tired from listening to the frequencies, they're balancing you. Especially in the beginning, there's so much out of balance that it's trying to balance so much. So start with 3 minutes twice a day. If you do fine with that, the next day, try 5 minutes twice a day. And you can try 10 minutes twice a day if you do well with that. So the reason I listen to my frequencies from here is because this is my favorite report. I like to go in and look at the imbalances and suggestions. I'll glance at these other things. I'll look at what glasses I should wear and what color it will support me, because that's all important. It's all tied into the frequencies. Every frequency has a color. And if we wear or notice or do things with that, have crystals that are that color, it brings in more healing. So this is where we need support. Gold is one of my colors. But these are things that I can do. These are things that I can take action and make lifestyle changes and improve my health. So when I see something that's repeated, that's where I'm going to concentrate. And I'm going to concentrate until it comes off, not concentrate. I mean, I'm not saying focus, and I'm saying if I see trace minerals, like I see minerals here once, it's not really in there, but digestive still hasn't come off of my list. I'm still working on that. So, you know, I'm seeing new things because posture, pillow, and mattress weren't on there. Hydration was on there a lot the other day. It's been coming off more, and I've been noticing that because I've made a change. I started structuring my water again, which I was getting lazy about. So chiropractic adjustments, it's funny because I have upped my chiropractor and I still need more, but it is helping. So again, digestion hasn't come off for me. I don't drink, so that's also saying digestion. When you see limit alcohol, it means things aren't digesting. They're fermenting in our system. So, and trace minerals is there again. So you look for the things that come up more often than not. I think I have to get a new trace mineral supplement because I've been doing everything to get that one off of here and it's still not off. So that's that. That's how I look at the scans. And if I'm going to look at the vitals, I go in here and look at them. I don't look at them from the easy scan because that's only showing me what's wrong. So I'm not going to do that right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do a full vital scan, because because we do the easy scan so much, and that's one push of a button, we don't really do the vital scan by itself. So it is 2 buttons. It's not very complicated, but someone this week told me they didn't know how to do the scans by themselves. So you push the scan button, and then it does that part of the scan, and you can check and uncheck things. You don't have to, you can come in here and say, I only want to look at my food sensitivities, and just look at your food sensitivities. It'll take less time and it'll be less stress on the body. Most of the time I do a full, I don't usually mess with these. I just do a full vital scan. But after you scan, you have to optimize. So you have to push the optimize, and then you can look at your reports. So you scan, it does the scan, then you push the optimize, and then you look at your reports. And in order to look at them, I usually go through the enhanced reports because that has the 1s and the 9s. The old classic reports, it's only reds and greens, none of those in-betweens. So it's gonna be easier to pull out those hard reds, but you don't get any of that. Is it inflammation or is it low functioning? So that's the difference between the two there. So the comprehensive, the way to do that scan, this is where we get a lot of confusion, is right here. People get to this screen and they're like, what the heck, what do I do? So you can do this scan 3 or 4 different ways. There's 4 buttons, right? So the first way is just by looking at what was in the inner voice. So from the inner voice scan, what needs to be scanned in the comprehensive scan? That's what this question is. So when we push this button, it's going to have things checked off that it found in the inner voice. So I do see most of the time there's no chromosomes when we do just the inner voice. It must not look at the chromosomes in the inner voice. But here's what it's saying: left knee, right knee, eyes. So just a few things. And this is from what it found in the inner voice. Now, if I back out of here and go back into my comprehensive and look at just the vitals, it's going to want to scan different things. So let's see what it looks. So again, no chromosomes. It's not looking at those knees anymore. It wants to look at my right shoulder and spine. and then eyes. So eyes came up on both things. So this is just, it's different things, right? I'm just showing you that it's different things. So, and then we'll go back into the comprehensive and we'll look at the combined. So then it's going to tell us what it should scan for based on both of those other scans. So looking at them both together, this is what it thinks it should scan for. So it's more of more of what it sees wrong. So that's the difference between any. Now with any of these, if I came in here and said, I want to do everything combined, but I also want to look at all the lymph, you can do that. Or you can say, but I don't want to look at the eyes. All right, so you can change these around, but you can also use this other one that they make available, this custom scan. So you can select all, deselect all, come in here and check off just what you want to scan for. So I want to scan and optimize all of my chromosomes, which, by the way, I found out yesterday through our WhatsApp scanners group that Amy shared this. And if you join that group, there's some discussion on there on scans. So, and you can look back on, examples of scans and things like that. But chromosome 2 is connected to ALS. She saw that in one of the trainings I shared on that page that Becky Coots-Kimbley had listed that under chromosome 2, hey, one of the things that when chromosome 2 is out of balance. So everybody look for that chromosome 2. I just learned about it yesterday, and I have started looking for it on scans. But I'm just saying, if you in here and every time you want to do, if you want to do the scan separately, do what it suggests and then choose chromosome 2. Why not optimize it? You're going to scan, you're going to optimize, and you can choose what you scan. When you do the easy scan, when you do the easy scan, it just does things automatically. So you don't have to push as many buttons, but you can't choose what you're scanning. So that's the difference there. And then there's one more scan that doesn't get done with the easy scan. It's the body system scan. This is one of my favorites, and it's one of the ones that doesn't get talked about too much. It's one button, scan and optimize. You can choose one system or do them all.
Wow.
And then when you look at the report, it gets you a lot of the things. Like, again, I levitate to this ways to improve your whatever system. So right now, the first one is the circulatory system. And these are ways that we can improve that. So that's useful information that we can put into everyday life. And again, look for patterns. So what's the thing that comes up most often? So now I am going to we'll back out of that and we'll jump into the chat. And if anybody's got any questions, you can put your hand up and we'll get to all the questions. What are therapies? Awesome. All right, so you can put in any therapy that you do. So so I have sauna, infrared, cranial sacral massage. I'll go into my supplements and I'll see what I actually have in here. And I only choose therapies in the morning because I'm probably not going to do one of those therapies if I scan at night. So we'll group by category. And I have a lot of stuff. So therapies. I have acupuncture, deep tissue massage, red light therapy, sauna, cranial sacral, vibration plate, meditation, mind movies, read a book. Some people put Bible passages in here. Yeah, and I've seen so many ideas in the therapies and in the supplements and therapies in general. If you are looking for ideas that you can do that are inexpensive, think of all the therapies you have at home and put them in here. And once a day, just choose the therapies. And and look for one that would do you some good. But that's what it is, just putting in the therapies. And now I put this niacin in with therapies because it's a large amount of niacin for a flush to get toxins out, and usually used in conjunction with a sauna. Yeah, Marilyn, you just input them. And I can share some, I learned about this on the Facebook page and through trainings. So it's, when I first started putting things in here, I was like, how can this even work? But if someone else has put them in there and the machine has learned what it is, it's just intention and it knows what you need. So today, I think vibration plate came up here, and I did leave the vibration plate that I had with my father. So I don't have my vibration plate. When I see it come up there, I just go, oh, maybe I should get another one of those. Wonder if Dad's using that. Hope he is. So imprint, what does it mean, imprint? So if we go into our easy scan, I'm going to just make this a little skinnier. And when I imprint on my phone, I try and make it so the screen is going this way, and then I have more room to push that imprint button. So you can put a glass and still have room to push the imprint button without lifting the glass every time. But you can imprint, I just imprint right into water. Either a 32 ounce or an 8 ounce or a 12 ounce, however, as long as it's in a glass, you can just imprint that glass, and you can imprint as much water as you want. The way I've started to do it is to imprint the entire 32 ounce bottle instead of just imprinting my glass of water. So then I don't have to imprint so often. So I imprint that in the morning, and then I just pour from that glass, and I'm drinking my remedies all day long. So let's go over the clearing cache, because that's super important. So this used to be a $38,000 machine, and I remember the first time I saw it, filled like a whole room with all the computers and attachments it had to do all of these things. And they did imprint water back then, but it was a whole separate machine. And now they've condensed it to one app that can be run on a phone. And one of the reasons they suggest you get a dedicated device is because it's so large that it runs better without all those background things going on. But it also, when I'm doing a lot of scans and I don't clear my cache and restart, I do notice that it starts to bog down, it starts to get slower, and we don't want that. We want it to be working as well as we can. So I'm going to stop my share so that hopefully, and let's see if I can pin myself. Yep. All right. So, oh, good. That looks pretty good. So we want to get to our Chrome because that's where the app runs best, is on Chrome. So even if you're running it on your own phone, try and download the Chrome app and use it on there. So this is, now we're getting a little, maybe if I, there we go. That's a little better. All right, so, and then of course I can't see. So there's 3 little dots. There they are up in that corner. And then history right here. And then we want, the most important thing is for this to say clear all time. So it says clear browsing data. Oh, I don't see where I have that choice here. Hang on. So you push clear browsing data, and then on the next page, it says clear. And the first time you do it, that will be set to every hour, I think, or last hour or last 24 hours. But see how the drop down menu is there, and there's all those choices. You want that to be on all time. So it clears all time. And then you want those 3 buttons to be chosen. So the rest of them don't have to be, just the top 3. and then you press this button down here, clear data. And that will clear the cache. Now, after you do that, you should close, get rid of everything, clear everything off your screen, and restart. So by restarting, you're going to push that on the side. It's a button on the side, and then you'll push shut down. You have to push shut down again, and then it will shut down. Give it a minute, and then you can push the button on the side and restart again. And that is how you clear your cache. Jess, does that help?
Yes, we had the wrong address, so I just put the one in that you used, and we got right to the main page.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good. Woohoo.
Where it is.
That's it. You had the wrong address for the app. So the address for the app is app.aoscan.com. So as long as you have a membership, you can go to that from anywhere. That's how I can show it on my computer, is I can go to it. When I go on my computer, when I go back to my phone and sign in, it's going to make me sign in again. So if I go to my phone, I have to sign in, but then if I go back to my computer, got to sign in again because I had just signed into my phone. But if I'm out and I forget my scanner and I want to show it to somebody, or I want to do a scan for some reason on my cell phone, you know, I can do it on my regular phone because I also have it downloaded on here. I don't use it from my regular phone very often, but if I'm out and I want to send frequencies or do a scan on something, I can from my phone.
Heather, from this main page, I'm not seeing, it has me as a guest client, and I'm not seeing where I would go to clear the cache.
From your main page? What do you mean from your main page?
The same one that you first got to, the ap.aoscan.com one.
Okay, so when you clear your cache, you're not actually in the app. Let's go here again. So you actually go to the Chrome app. So it's the one with the circle. I hope my husband comes home soon because I think my doggy needs to go out.
The one with the circle? I don't know. So is this an app we have to download?
Nope, it should be, scroll through your apps, look for Chrome.
Oh, on the phone itself, which we can't turn on because it's charging. So that would help. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're on your computer doing it.
Yeah. Oh, we have to do it through our phone.
Yeah, that's where I do most of the scans, but you can definitely look at them from your computer, but I don't even know how to clear the cache. I mean, I can clear the cache on my browser, but I don't do it the same way as on the phone. The phone is so that we can dump all of those files.
Yeah,
that
of
it
course.
holds in the back.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. From the computer, I mean, I clear my cache in my browser, but then I don't do all that other stuff. Like I can't even tell you the last time I restarted my computer. I really should do that more often. It's just something that I don't do the scans from my computer either. So I think I can be forgiven there. So
when you do the scans, you just hold the phone up to your body. Is there like a special way to do it?
No, you don't. I mean, I don't even hold the phone up to my body. Most of the time, like if I'm sitting here at my desk, I grab this is how I will do, and either at my desk or somewhere else in the house, but wherever I'm sitting, I grab my headphones, plug them in, do my scans. While I do them, my phone is over here or doing something else. I don't hold it. Like when I first started, some of the videos were like, yeah, you got to tell the people to hold their phone up here. And I was doing it. Then I saw other people that were like, you do not have to do that. So, and you don't even have to wear these. It improves the accuracy, but it's still very accurate without the bone conducting headphones. That's why we can do remote scans. So if you're not able, like Don in the beginning was very frustrated because he had to wear the bone conducting headphones and you had the other ones. And she says, I just can't do that. I can't put the in and out. And she said, when I finally said, forget about it. I'm just going to do my scans without any headphones. She started scanning more and she started improving faster because she's doing the scans. So I mean, it's better to have these on. It's better to have some kind of headphones to listen to. But if you don't, then just do the scans. Don't not do them because you don't have headphones or you don't like headphones or whatever it is. I've seen some amazing results on autistic kids that will not wear any headphones. And they just do the scans, play the music near them, and they're improving a lot. So whatever the obstacle is to doing the scans, if it's headphones, just forget the headphones and do the scans.
Okay.
And the same for inner voice. I was not doing it because of the headset, and now I do it 3 times a day, and I love it because there's no headset.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I say that all the time. The people that use the AO scanner are getting such great results. It's awesome to watch, and it's awesome to get the emails and the phone calls and the texts saying how good people are doing. And then I get people that are frustrated with it and can't get past a certain thing. I want to help you get past that, because when you start using it every day, that's when you're going to start seeing a lot of improvements. So yeah, thanks for chiming in, Dawn. I love it. Love hearing you every week. Always better. Connie, go ahead.
I have 2 questions. One is I accidentally tap something sometimes and I lose my data. I'm in the middle. I had a friend here and I was trying to do one on her and I touched something twice and lost it. Is there a way to get it back?
Okay, so let's start there. So that's why I wanted to go with one of the reasons why, because I've gotten a few comments like that this week, that I backed out of a scan and now I don't know how to get back to it. So wherever you did the scan, I'm going to share my screen again. Wherever you did the scan, that's where you go back. So if it's an easy scan, you go back into the easy scan and you go into either enhance. What was it, Connie?
It was an easy scan.
Okay, so you go back into the easy scan, make sure you still have that person up here, and then you just go into enhanced reports. And that's where the results from the easy scan are.
The last one you did should be there.
Right. Yep,
Okay.
the last one you did. And whenever you do an easy scan, it changes it. All the full reports go in the inner voice, vitals, and comprehensive. So the easy scan is there, but they're also the same reports, but in full form are in the inner voice, vitals, and comprehensive.
Okay.
The only one that you can never get back is if you do a quick scan. It's a 10-second scan just for supplements. And if you do that, then you exit, you can't go back in. It's not there. It doesn't save anything. It's just quick and gone.
My
another
second
one.
question, a supplement I don't have has come up twice, and it's one you should take, Ionics Gold. So I'm wondering why it came up, and I don't know where to buy it.
The supplements they have in there that are not frequencies are Solex frequencies. I mean, Solex supplements. So
And where
I
does
can,
it go?
if I have any Ionics Gold, I bought some, and it absolutely never comes up on my scans. And for the most part, I take the supplements that come up on my scans. So if it's coming up for you, I'd like to send you some and see if you take it and then you run out of it, does it start coming up again? If so, maybe it's just something your body needs. And that's the great thing about putting in supplements that you don't have. Like I do that all the time. I'm trying to find some digestive enzymes that will work for me. And I've put in 3 different brands and none of them are coming up for me. But in my scans, it says I should take digestive enzymes. So Sorry. So, I mean, just haven't found the right one yet, but that's another way to use the supplements thing. So, Connie, I'm gonna can you type in, because they have a few products. I think you said it's the gold, right? Is that the one that's
I
coming
only
up for you?
gold.
Okay, I think that's the one I have. But-
I don't mind buying it, but how do we get to the place to buy them?
Oh, that's in the back office. So that's office. Probably still. So office2.solexnation. I'm going to put it in the chat. So you can go there, and then there's a place to make orders.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll look just like it did when you signed up. It's just all the products they have back there. Okay.
Yes, and just to clarify, the computer knows to give me that because it's looked at other scans and now puts that out, even though I did not enter it, right?
Right. So the Solex supplements are the only real supplements that are in there from Solex. The other supplements that Solex has put in are all frequencies. So we can imprint those. But the ones that they sell are in when we add, here, I'll show you where we add those. So in supplements and therapies, when we go in this green book, these are all frequencies, the ones that say 5 to 6 pellets, but then there's the Ionics Gold, and then they have it in different dosages. So they have a half a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, and then there's other ones. So let's see. X by Solex. That's what, I'm not sure if I have the gold or the X. I have one or the other. And I bought it when it first came out before I knew that the frequencies were going to be in here. And neither one of them ever come up for me, but they do come up for other people. So I have, like there's a lot of the supplements that I have in here that I just don't take anymore. In my regular supplements and the ones that I have scanned in, I don't take anymore because they don't ever come up. But then there's some that I see regularly, and I have to replace because I'm taking them pretty often. But then some that I never take.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for the questions. They were good questions. Chris just says, I know this is off topic, but how do you structure your water? So right now I'm trying this, see the thing that's in there. It's an ion. I forget what they call it, but an ion. It's a way to structure water. It's something that Solex sells because it's easier than sitting here and wanding my water. But that's the other way that I structure my water. You can also structure your water by telling it you love it. There's that book by Dr. Emoto who said, if you say, I hate you to water, it will structure a certain way. If you say, I love you to water, it will structure a certain way and in a perfect way. So if you can play classical music, there's lots of ways to structure water. You don't have to run out and buy anything, but I think Tisha's got one where it's like a funnel. And so you can pour the water through the funnel and structure it that way. So there's lots of ways to structure water, but that's how I do it.
Yeah, so I do the funnel, and then I've also done the I also do the wand, but I put you're not supposed to hang it by the string, but honestly, I just do a whole big huge picture at a time and leave it there for 5 minutes because that's so much easier. And then I've got my water for the day, and it's just way easier because I have no patience to sit there in front of the water.
Believe me. Yeah, it's been something. I stopped doing it for a while, and then hydration just kept coming up on my scans, and I'm like, all right, face the facts. You've got to do something to structure your water because you're not getting it. So if you're drinking tons of water, but hydration comes up, think about structuring your water somehow. Your cells aren't.
Yeah, I
accepting the
believe
water
it
you're
makes a
drinking.
difference.
It
You know,
does.
that it's interesting because you stop structuring it and you notice hydration, and hydration came up on the AO scan.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And I do my scans. I watch my scans every day. And yeah, it definitely started happening and it's definitely going away. I still have a couple of hydrations up there, but not anywhere near, like, it was like every suggestion was hydration. And I was like, okay, I'll start structuring my water again. So Lisa said, don't we have to clear the cache and reload in the actual app as well? If we do, then I missed that part, and it's very possible. I definitely blame a lot of my brain problems on 20 years of having 16 amalgams in my head. I used to be really, really smart. So if I miss steps, definitely remind me. I will rewatch that training. I can't even get my head around what you asked though. So if there's any way that you can ask that in a way that I'm not sure what that means. So I'm going to rewatch the training and make sure I'm not missing something. But I don't think so. So this isn't a private message and I'm rereading it again. I'm sure Lisa didn't want to like question what I was saying, so that she was being nice to, so thank you for sending me this, but I'm going to reread it out loud. So if somebody can clarify it for me. Don't we have to clear the cache and reload in the actual app as well, in addition to clearing the history on Chrome? So I don't know how to reload it in the actual app or clear the cache in another way. So if I missed something, I will try and find it. Lisa said, I am like Dawn in that I never use headphones when I use my scanner. And Lisa is doing great also. And I love it. See, that just shows that best, better, do it good, do it sloppy, just do it. Priscilla said, can you scan animals? And the answer is absolutely yes. We got a little rescue, and I love scanning him. I love sending him frequencies of calming. It really does help. He's a fantastic little guy. Cats, dogs, horses. And before we had the way to scan them where you can actually see the animal on here, people were just putting their animals in as people and scanning them that way, because there was a veterinarian that said, just do that. I mean, there is a great veterinarian that does trainings on the AO scan. He owns a hospital. He was like second in his class in Texas A&M, and he owns a veterinarian hospital down in Texas, and he uses this with all of his he's mostly horses. So he's a horse guy, but he has developed a lot of the animal, and the animal is still developing. Still have people working on that area, but so yeah, definitely can. So great question. So Marilyn asked, so when you type in a supplement you don't have, it will know whether or not you need it, right? So like I said, I'm testing that with digestive enzymes. I've put a ton of them in there, haven't come up with one that comes up in my scans yet. HCl is a digestive enzyme, and I have HCl by itself and HCl with pepsin. And the HCl with pepsin comes up all the time, and the HCl by itself does not come up. So maybe that's the only digestive enzyme I need. So I'm not buying anything, because pretty much digestive enzymes are super expensive, and I'm not going to go out and buy a digestive enzyme if I don't need it. So until one comes up in the scan that I need it. But I'll tell you, I scan people every day, sometimes 5 or 6 people a day, and those digestive enzymes come up for some of those people. So I know that it's not just that it doesn't know this, like it's just not for me. So, so Debbie asked, what is the difference between the rating of 1 versus 9? So, nope. And the next part of the question was, does one mean you're lacking and the other mean access? And you have excess. So the answer to that is no. So 1 means, what does it mean? So 1, 2, and 3 mean diminishing function. So you're sluggish in that area, or that food or supplement is making you sluggish somewhere in your body. So, and 7, 8, 9 means that there's inflammation or that supplement or food is causing inflammation. It can be because if it's a food or a supplement, it can be causing inflammation because of a lack of it. It can be causing inflammation because of too much of it. So it's not telling you too much or too little. The way to distinguish that is, let's say B1 is coming up all the time, and you're taking a ton of B1. It could be that the B1 you're taking is not agreeing with you. It could mean that you need another form of B1. It could mean that you're not taking enough B1. And the way to figure that out is with the supplements and therapies category, by scanning that supplement in there with different dosages, scanning in different forms. So there's different forms of magnesium. If you have 5 different forms of magnesium, I think my husband's coming home. If you have 5 different forms of magnesium and you scan them all in and one comes up, then that's the one that your body is asking for. I'm so glad you raised your hand, Margot, because how is Dave doing with the magnesium? Because that was something that came up a while ago. You said that he takes a whole bunch of different kinds of magnesium, but only one was coming up in the scans, right?
Something happened.
Am I frozen?
Yeah, you were for a minute.
Oh, okay. Sorry, then maybe you missed my dog barking like that. Maybe my dog barking like that made the screen freeze. All right, so I was talking about putting things into the supplements category, and I was talking about magnesium, hoping that the reason Margot raised her hand is because she wants to fill us in on how the magnesium is going with Dave. No? So I started talking about that and I'm like, oh good, Margot put her hand up. Yay. But I would love an update on that. But that's how we figure out what to take and whether there's an excess or a lacking, is by putting the supplements in and then doing a scan and seeing if it comes up. Now, there was a third part to that question. I want to make sure I don't skip over. It says, we are just not sure how to interpret these and what we can do about them. Right. So keep watching them. If something stays out of balance, that's when you look for a way to scan something in that can help you with it. So if it's a food or a supplement and it continues to come up red, you don't want to look at all the things that are red somewhere, because that's like too much. You're going to have things that are red and they stay that way. That's where you want to focus. And like peeling an onion, when you fix one thing, another thing may surface. And look at those scans of things that you can do. That's a great place to start. And that's a great place to visit often. Because it's things that we can definitely do. It doesn't usually say take this or take that, but it says, in general, need more trace minerals. It may say these are some of the trace minerals that you're lacking in. And you can look at that category when that comes up. But that's that. All right, Marco, go ahead. You're muted. Oh, yeah, just unmute. Can you hear me? Margot, you're muted.
There, I had to unmute.
There you go.
Okay, when you were talking about B12, I give Dave injections of B12. Is that something I would enter?
That's kind of because it comes preloaded in a syringe, right?
No, it's in a vial because I give it to him weekly.
Okay, so it's in a glass vial.
Mm-hmm.
Can
So
you?
I don't know how many dosages are in there because I don't give him he doesn't get a whole lot of it.
Right, yeah. you wouldn't want to scan in the whole vial because then it's going to think that he's never going to need it because he doesn't need that much. Once you put it in the plastic syringe, you can't scan it in the plastic. And plus it's, I mean, it's B12. You're gonna give it to him, right? I mean, how's this B12 when you're scanning him?
I don't know. I haven't paid attention to that, but when you said B12, it made me think about it. That
Yeah,
he takes
Yep.
a multivitamin that it has that in it too, but he did the IV also.
I would be watching his B12. So I'm just gonna share my screen again because I think it's good to just go to the area so we know it's pretty easy to get to. So on the vitals report, when we go into enhanced reports, I'm gonna scroll down. I know I'm scrolling super fast, but we're already in
You
micro.
need to share your screen, Heather.
Oh, thank you. I don't know
It's
why
okay.
I thought I was sharing my screen. All right, so we're in micro minerals. And then right below there, there's all our B vitamins. So vitamins, coenzymes. So we can see here, you know, B3 right now is a little bit out, B6. So I'm taking a multivitamin with B, but maybe, you know, maybe B6 isn't the right form for me, but I can see that there's some imbalance in my B vitamin. And no one B vitamin by itself is, you know, is the thing. But if we look at this and we're seeing a lot of red over here and a lot of things that are out and we're not taking a B complex, then, you know, we might want to add something. If we're already taking, like, I know I'm taking a B complex, but maybe the B6 that's in it isn't the one for me. Or maybe
What report is that, Heather?
this is in the vitals.
I'm in
So-
Dave's vitals.
So if you,
I
let
don't
me-
see that.
so it's below the acupuncture meridians. We go digestive function, then inflammation, insulin resistance, pancreas, and then pancreas glycemic control, then the amino acids,
Okay, I didn't go far enough down.
digestive acids, macro minerals, micro minerals, genetic, and then vitamins.
Yeah, he said like on last report it was red and now it's green, and I haven't given him his shot. He gets it today.
So on this one, it's green?
Yeah, but yes, it said the previous one was red.
Oh, okay, so it went red, it went from red to green. So on the one scan, it went from red to green.
Yeah, this morning,
Oh, okay.
but I haven't given him a shot yet. I was just wondering about if I had to scan in the shot, but I guess if
Yeah,
it
that would,
just,
it would be difficult to do because of the way it's in a glass vial with all of it, and then you put it into the plastic to put it in. It would be, because you gotta scan in just the dose. You
what's
know,
that?
You have to scan in just the dose. So if you could take it into the syringe and then shoot it into a shot glass and then scan that in and then bring it back into the syringe to give it to them, that would be one way you could scan
It may
in.
not, it may not stay very sterile if you did that.
Right,
you know?
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I
probably.
don't know, would you
I-
tell it that, is there a way you tell it that you're taking an IV, or does it matter?
No, it wouldn't matter. But I would just, now that you know where the B vitamins are, I would
Mhm.
notice. Okay, so today you haven't given him his B12 shot yet, and you said it was green. After you give him his B12 shot, take a look. Where is it?
Okay, when he does, I'll give it to him, and then when he does his evening one, then I'll see what if it changed. And another question I was gonna ask, and I think you had mentioned it once before, that you had a headache or something, and you took an aspirin and you scanned it in, you added it so that
It's
you
already
could.
in there. That
Huh?
I found it. I don't take aspirin at all, and I don't take ibuprofen or anything like that. But if you go into the Cephi and you go into quantum homeopathics, and pretty sure this is where it is. So these are all the quantum homeopathics alphabetically. And if we scroll down, there it is, aspirin. So we could imprint this into water, we could broadcast it into the air, and we could get the effects of aspirin. And I did feel it took my headache away, but without the toxicity of aspirin. So it's just the frequency of aspirin to take a headache away. Or any
Okay.
kind of pain.
That's what I was looking for.
All
Okay,
right,
okay.
perfect.
I
That's
have a
what we're
third
here
question.
All right,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Okay,
We got,
and tomorrow, I'm gonna call in to upgrade on the membership thing.
nice.
So
I-
what if I don't get somebody that, ever buys it? Does it matter?
No,
Okay,
no. If you decide in 12 months you don't want to renew, then just cancel you don't have to pay the $49 because it is usually $49 a year to do the business. So it's called a quantum living associate instead of being a preferred customer. But this month, just in the month of April, it's free to upgrade if you're already a preferred customer. So then you could tell somebody about it and then start, so you have 12 months to decide whether you're going to renew next year as a quantum living or just continue as a preferred customer. You can downgrade again. Not only are you going to get the membership for free, I thought this was incredible. You get the quantum living for free, but you also get a $50 coupon to use in the Solex store. So if you're looking at something, whether it be like the Cephi dots, those are $50, or if you wanted something like the Solex Gold or Solex X, any of those things that are in the Solex store. So I'm glad you're going to upgrade it. I think everybody should. It's free. So it gives you 12 months to decide whether you want to share it.
and do they ask us where we heard about it? So, that we give your name or what have you?
No, you're on my team. They'll know that. But no, you just give them your name, tell them you want to upgrade to a QLA, and it shouldn't take long at all. But yeah,
Okay,
the only way to do the upgrade is to call the Solex support number.
okay, I'm done now.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. All good questions. Thanks, Margot.
Oh,
All right.
all right.
Marilyn's got her hand up.
Marilyn's got a question. I have a question after Marilyn.
All right.
She got my hand up.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Marilyn.
I don't mean to belabor the point about imprinting, but I don't fully understand it. But when I had scanned myself and it listed what I needed to take, and then over to the right, it said imprint. I don't understand what that means.
Okay. So there's different things that we can imprint. We can imprint. Imprint means, so right here we have what it looks like when we imprint things. It's the same thing. It's a screen, a box like this, and we have a frequency here that's pulled up, aspirin. So if I were on my phone, if I had this pulled up on my phone instead of my computer, I could put jewelry on this box. I could put a glass of water on the box. I could put some sugar pellets on the box, or I could even put food on the box. And then imprint the frequency of aspirin into whatever it is, and either wear the jewelry, drink the water, or eat the food. And that frequency is going to be in there, and it's going to help us that way. So it's another way to get our frequencies. Now,
Okay.
you can from the Easy Scan, if you don't want to imprint anything, I'm pretty sure, and Dawn, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that Dawn doesn't imprint things. She just broadcasts the imprint into the air. So you can push the button and the frequency will still go out into the air and broadcast. You don't have to imprint something. So
Okay.
if you forget to put a glass of water or the glass of water, don't worry about it. It's just, it will go into the water. If you have the water on there, it will go into whatever you put on there. So if I wanted to imprint this crystal pyramid I have, I could put that on there and imprint that with whatever frequencies I want to imprint.
Okay. But the one thing that I noticed, one of the supplements that appeared, it wasn't one that I had input in, and it said imprint. If I don't have that supplement, how do I imprint? That's my
That-
question.
Okay, so that's what, so you probably went into here, into this green book here and
No.
added supplements.
No, I had added, yes, I'm sorry, yes, I
There
did,
you go.
and I added all of my supplements. And when I did the scan, one of the supplements from Solex appeared.
Yeah, and it said imprint.
Yes, what does that mean?
That
So I-
means that you can imprint it into water. You don't have to buy that supplement. You can imprint it into water. You can broadcast it into the air. You can get that remedy without ever having to buy it. So
Oh,
you're
okay,
getting the frequency of that.
that's what I was trying to figure out. I thought, I do not understand what imprint means. I was so
Yeah,
lost.
it's a whole new concept. So it's, yeah, you can put that frequency into the air or into water, whatever, or into jewelry. So I know a lot of people who at least once a week take off all the jewelry, including their glasses that they wear. They put it on top of the phone and they imprint it with, you know, peace, harmony, and love, or whatever it is that they're trying to get more of in their life. So you're going to wear that stuff anyway if you're already wearing it. So you might as well imprint it with something good.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'm gonna ask one more time about the water. I know everybody's been asking about the water. So you put your water in that pitcher and put it on top of your phone.
Yeah.
And then what do you, then from there, what do you do?
Press the imprint button. So whatever frequency is on there, I'll push the imprint button. So it'll look just like this. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So it'll look just like this. I'll have the water there, and then there'll be a button right here where I can push imprint, and the
Okay,
frequencies will go right into the water.
okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Tish, you're next.
Yeah, I just had, you were saying that you imprinted aspirin and you were able to get the frequency from the aspirin, but when we talked about vitamin C, you had said you actually have to take the vitamin C. So what's the difference between the aspirin and the vitamin C?
The aspirin was uploaded by Solex. So it comes loaded in your phone. So when you go,
But if I've got vitamin C input, you don't have to take the aspirin to get the benefits. So why can't my vitamin C that I upload, why do I have to take it? Why can't I just get the frequencies from it?
that's a good question, and it's coming where we would be able to do that. And that's something that I know they're working on, where you can scan in your supplement and then you would be able to get the frequency of that supplement. But I don't know if you heard Lauren say this at the conference last August. He said that you could scan in an apple and take the frequency of that apple, but you're not going to get the nutrition from the apple. So you still need to eat the apple. So it's the same thing with vitamin C. If they put that frequency in there so you could take it, some people might think that now I don't have to take vitamin C. But just like with what is it? Trace minerals.
Yeah.
There's a
You need-
trace mineral a trace mineral frequency, but we can't just take that frequency and think that our body doesn't need the trace minerals. We can take that frequency if we're not absorbing trace minerals, and then take our trace minerals, and hopefully our body will accept those trace minerals more. I've been experimenting with this to see if I can get trace minerals off of my suggested things to do. And I think I need a new trace mineral supplement is my new hypothesis, because even with all of the scanning of the frequency and the taking of the trace minerals right after getting my body ready for the trace minerals, maybe I'm just not taking enough. I don't know. But for me, trace minerals is an issue. So it's something I'm working with. But same thing with vitamin C. You can't you can't get the benefit of the vitamin C from the frequency.
Yeah, it was just amazing. I was just surprised when you said you could get the benefit of the aspirin. So
Yeah, that's different because, well, I mean, there's not anything good, I think, from taking an aspirin, except for that it gets rid of a headache, right? So if you can
Yeah.
take the frequency and get rid of the headache and not
Yeah.
get any of the toxicity in your liver or anything,
Yeah.
I find that amazing.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. All right, let's check the chat because should try putting in Terrazyme by doTERRA. Yeah, you should do it. Definitely. I have no idea what Terrazyme is, but I'd be interested if you have it, or I could. Oh, is Terrazyme? Is it an enzyme? I will definitely do it. I will put it in there. Terrazyme. I bet you now. I just figured out why you said that. Thank you, Marilyn. I will. Terrazyme by doTERRA is my next enzyme to try. I will let you know how that goes. All right. Yes, I got that. That's all right. Excess, not access. Totally understood. I think I said it right. Lisa said she purchased a Solex stick to structure her water, but she doesn't use it because it has to be put outside in the sun for a short while every 2 weeks. And I can't get myself outside to do this. True. And most of all of the things that Solex sells to imprint or to, they do say, put them out in the sun for a couple of hours every 2 weeks. So that's same with the jewelry, the dog collars, any of the, like they have rings, they should all be charged in the sun every 2 weeks. So yeah, we got to get you so you can get outside to get some sun on your, because I know you got a bracelet too, Lisa. So Priscilla said she had to go, so we watched the replay. Bye, Priscilla and Jess. Lisa said, Heather, I sent you an email with a screenshot showing where you have to clear the cache. Oh, awesome. In the actual scanner app. Awesome. So, yeah, digestive enzyme. Thank you, Marilyn, for clearing that up, I think. Let me, just getting into my, oh, all right. So everyone, Lisa, you are a gift. Love this. So in here, so this, I'm going to reread this, a screenshot showing you where you have to clear the cache and reload. So from here, I'm going to try and figure out where you found this because I'm user settings, alpha passes. I think that's right here.
Can I show you?
Yeah, please.
Okay,
I'm going to,
can you see my phone?
yeah,
Okay, it's right up here, those 3 lines right there. If you press that on your phone,
okay,
that drops down
awesome.
and it,
All right,
you see that?
I do. And then
And I
you,
don't understand that either.
yeah, and then you clear cache here. I
Yeah,
had no idea. I had no idea that we were supposed to do that. Was that in the training, Lisa? And I totally missed that part. Clearing cache was in basic training. I did that way back in December 21, but I really didn't think that. Maybe because I just was so new to AO that, I redid the basic training just recently with someone though. And I really didn't notice that then either, but okay, that's how you do it. So
and what is
I had
pre-cache?
no idea.
You know what pre-cache means? And then
I don't know what pre-cache means.
okay,
Does anybody know what pre-cache means? Because I pushed that one too. I've never done that. Had no idea that was there. I guess I should push around with buttons a little bit more because there's a question mark right next to it too that I really never pushed, which gives you a little bit of information about the AO scan. So thank you, Lisa. That was awesome. And please let me know if you can, if that was in the basic training and I just missed it, or if you learned that somewhere else, that's pretty cool. All right, so Karen said, just got on, but I'm so confused. We'll try and get in touch with you. Okay, awesome. And I'm gonna send you the recording too, so. We did go over a lot, but I know you got a lot going on, Karen, so please do. Praying for you too, praying for everybody. And I was just thinking today, I wanted to tell this somewhere, but I'm gonna tell y'all here that I picture you all healed. When I'm praying, I picture the healed you and how much better life. And I do the same with me. I'm always envisioning a complete healed person. So, oh, Marilyn said I sent you our mold test. Awesome. I'll take a look at that. I'll get back to you. I am getting caught up with emails. I've been working on it all day, and I'm only 2 days behind. I started out 4 days behind. I'm doing much better. All right. I'm gonna say goodnight, everyone. I think we got through all the questions, and I hope everybody enjoyed. And yes, it's in the basic training, having a lot of trouble with my scanner not loading up. All right, Lisa, let's maybe you and I can do a Zoom. I didn't know you were having trouble, but I'll
Thank
check Telegram when we get off. All right, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
Oh, good. Oh, good. So you got steps. Good, Lisa. All right, yeah. If you share the steps with me, then I'll share the steps in an email to everybody. So that's awesome. So are you not having the trouble anymore, I hope? Good. Woohoo! All right. Good night. Good night, Lisa. Good night, everybody. Oh, good. Perfect.